Hello everyone, welcome to Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to talk about some news that came out a little bit of a week ago. Now, this is going to be about the Eternals movie coming out. Now, Eternals is coming out in November, so it got a bit of time before it comes out. It just wrapped filming about a couple weeks ago. You know, they're starting to, to cut the movie around. There are rumors that the trailer will be coming very soon, in about 4 weeks from now. 4 to 5 weeks from now, so the trailer will be coming out not too long from now, so look out for that. But there's a lot of rumors about the Eternals. Now, all the information about the Eternals is shrouded in mystery. The only thing we surely know is that the Celestials will be in it, that this movie will take place over the course of 7,000 years. Now, we don't know if the movie is going to be one of those time things where it literally takes course over 7,000 years, or will it be one of those things where the movie itself, it's like, it goes through 7,000 years at the beginning, and then it's like to modern day, and then the movie continues from there. We don't really know. They've just stated that the movie is going to take place over 7,000 years. It's going to have an epic scale. There's going to be Celestials in this that are massive, so big, in fact, that they dwarf the size of moons. It's going to be, an interesting movie. It's going to be a very different movie than anything Marvel's ever done. They've already shown there has been footage shown at Comic-Con Brazil about a few months back, and everyone said it was stunning. I haven't really seen a lot of people talking about the footage that was shown at Comic-Con Brazil, but everybody I've seen who talked about it said it was stunning looking. And I heard that from a woman on Collider, when Collider Talk was still a thing, and I can't remember her name, she wears glasses, but on Collider Talk, but she's not a really big comic book fan, and I remember seeing the glee in her eyes talking about it, and I remember seeing the glee in Jay Washington talking about it as well, which made me go, well, these guys, they're not really sellouts. They're like Marvel's, stands. If they got that in their eyes, then this really must be some awesome looking stuff. But I digress. So the trailer should be coming soon. We know about the cast: Richard Madden, Salma Hayek, Kumail Nanjiani. There's some great casting. There's a very interesting cast in there. So we know about a lot of the cast. But there is an interesting bit that has always been swirling around this movie, which is the LGBTQ. In the LGBTQ, what's the word I'm looking for? Representation in this movie. There we go. The LGBTQ. Is it LGBTQ? Yeah, representation in this movie. Now, me personally, when it comes to stuff like that, I don't care. As long as it's done well, as long as it's not forced in your face, as long as they're not like pushing this agenda down your throat, as long as there's not like going, I don't care. I do not care. I do not care about that kind of stuff. Now, I know this topic is going to be touchy for me. It's going to be real touchy for me to touch on this channel, and I don't really get into things like this other than the Captain Marvel bit. But I feel like I want to get ahead of this because it's already been out there. We already pretty much know it's going to be in the movie. And I want to get out ahead of this. I want to get my opinion of this ahead of the movie before a trailer comes out and shows something, before people start losing their mind, because I already know the shitstorm that's going to come at Marvel. First of all, there is a confirmed gay character in this movie. It will be Brian Tyler Henry's Phastos, or Hephaestus. Hephaestus, they're kind of the same character. Phastos inspired in Phastos, the weapon builder. He will be gay. He will have a lover, and it's been confirmed by an actor who worked on this movie on Netflix, who said who is in the movie. He said that he is his husband, and they share a kiss together. And it didn't blow up as big as I thought it would. It was kind of like at the surface level, and I saw something about it last week, and I haven't really gotten around to talking about this, but because I've been debating talking about this topic, because I know how this kind of topic can come off like as political and things of that nature, but to me, I'm not talking about it in a political terms. I'm just talking about it as in, this is going to be a part of the movie. His character will be gay. And why, and I'm going to talk about why this is fine and why it's okay and why it's not going to be forced, because it's always made logical sense. In the comics, most of the Eternals are bisexual. And the Eternals are bisexual because it's kind of a logical thing here. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's kind of a logical thing. The reason we're straight or gay is to reproduce to carry on our legacy. to carry on our legacy. It's genetically engineered inside of us to be straight, and to be with a woman, to reproduce. Obviously, some people might disagree with that. Some people might be like, this is why we're straight and this is why we're not. But that's just my take on why we're straight. At least that's the take that the books kind of went with. But the idea that if you're an eternal being, you won't die. You don't die from diseases. You don't die. You're never gonna catch AIDS or anything. You're gonna live forever. You no longer have to reproducing is a option, but it's not a requirement to carry on your legacy, because you will always be alive. You will never die. You are eternal. So once you cut that out of the way, and once you cut out the idea of you dying, once you cut off the idea of disease, of you starving to death or anything of that nature, of the need to carry on your legacy. In fact, you probably don't want to have any children because if you have nothing but eternal children, the earth would just be overpopulated and everyone would just be living miserable lives and starving. You wouldn't want to produce. Once you cut that out, though, it becomes one of those things where love and relationships are more about how you feel about the person and less of what the person's race is. Because it's been said in Neil Gaiman's run of the Eternals that all of the Eternals have hooked up. All of the Eternals have hooked up. All the Eternals have done the mambo. All the Eternals have, because they can. And the idea of these immortal beings, I don't know what I would do if I lived for eternity. If I was living for eternity, I can't say which direction I would be. Maybe because even at that point, I wouldn't care which direction I'd be, because all of you would be too dead to remember I was gay in 2000 in the 18th century. Oh, I used to bang a ton of men in the 18th century. It's 2020. None of you guys would be alive. You know what I mean? Like, I imagine that's kind of the idea that would be going through these beings' minds, these beings who've lived for 7,000 years. I mean, you probably do everything at that point because you've lived a long fucking life. At that point, it's less about attraction. It's attraction to the physical body and more about attraction to the person. And that's why I think that's how I think they're going to play it. That's how I think they're going to play it is, I guess it's called pansexual. Is like you're attracted to the person, not their physical, not, who they are, man or a woman. It's like I could be attracted. If I like you, I like you. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If I like you, then I'm attracted to you. I'm attracted to your personality, I guess, not you. I don't know how that works, but that was a topic brought up in sex education that I thought was done very well. But I just wanted to get out ahead of this because I do know that I have a gut feeling that if this is in the trailer, it is going to cause a lot of fucking tension. It's going to be a lot of rage going on. I want to get out ahead of this. As long as Marvel handles this properly, they do not force this down your throats that he's gay. They do not force this down your throat that certain characters are bisexual or whatnot, and it's okay. Because I have a gut feeling that they switched out the sex of Mercury, get it, Makari, to a woman. And I got a feeling that it's going to be one of those things where she's gay and people think that she's a man because she's been, with multiple women. So people just assume she must be a man because she's got shorter hair and she's with women. So people just assume, she is what she is. But I got a feeling that, she's also going to be lesbian. Now, obviously not all of them will be because you got Black Knight, damn it, I always forget Black Knight's name. Whitman. You got Whitman and Cersei's together. So and they are the main lead. So the main lead are a typical man and a woman couple. So it's not like they're forcing all these other things down your throat. There's representation all over the place. There is representation all over the place with this movie. But it makes logical sense because these are beings that have lived thousands of years, have inspired gods from different races and different backgrounds, so it makes sense that they themselves would be of different races and different backgrounds. Wouldn't really make much sense if fucking in Africa they was like their god was some white guy. It wouldn't really make any sense. Like the god that they've been painting is this white dude. It's like, but it makes sense that all these different races and all these different things. It's like it just makes logical sense. This movie to me, Eternals, is steaming up to be a very controversial / I don't know what's gonna happen. I am preparing for war with this movie because this movie is going to get a lot of shit thrown at it before it ever even hits the theater, and it's gonna be It's gonna be interesting. But thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. And are you okay with the themes that the Eternals are introducing in terms of this diversity and the LGBTQ representation in it? Do you not care? If you don't care, that's awesome. Me personally, I don't care I personally don't care. You know, as long as it makes story-wise sense, as long as it makes sense to the movie and the story, I don't care. Like, you know, I'm one of the people who also loved that when Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy were together. I thought it made sense. I'm okay with that stuff. I'm really am, and you know, it doesn't make any, like, it doesn't matter to me. So thank you guys for joining my Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.